Hi, this is Matt Miller from Woodland Meadows Apiary, and I made a video a while back about unboxing a slicer uncapping systems from Hillco, and now I've been using it and I wanted to do a little update on it and maybe give an unprofessional review. We run maybe a couple hundred frames through it now, and it heats up fairly quickly. It's got great adjustments. I have a homemade uncapping table. It didn't take much to get it hooked up to that, and that seems to work really well. It's a very well made machine. It slices like it's supposed to. We don't get a lot of wax out of it. There's some drawbacks to it that I want to kind of call out. One would be this is a plastic frame, and the plastic frame seems to be wider on the edges and thinner on the top than the wooden frames. And if you look on this right here, there's a notch for your fingers to hold the frame to go down in. So when you hold the frame to go down with a plastic frame, your fingers stop, your fingers get pinched before you get to the top of the honey. So that's what it looks like after it's been uncapped with the machine. You can see on the plastic frames there's a little bit along the edge and a little bit along the top that don't get done, that don't get uncapped. So you got to pick those anyway. But other than that, it slices it really cleanly. We'll see how fast the bees clean it up after we get it back on the hive. And then I'll show you a wood frame, and you can see what I mean, the difference. The wood frame fits in there a little better. It goes down. It stops right when it gets to your fingers, so there's room. The plastic frame is just hard to get out if you let go of it, so you have to leave that little bit. So it gets pretty much all of it on a wooden frame. So that's a great design if you're using wood frames. Plastic frames, you're still going to have a little work to do. The other drawback is the temperature. I can get about 5 frames out of it, set at 160 degrees. I can get about 5 frames before it gets down to a point where it won't uncap anymore and it just starts globbing stuff up. And so you can see just running those few frames right there, it's dropped, and it will continue to drop as I run frames. It runs real easy, down and back up, but it will continue to cool down until it gets to a point where it won't work, and then you got to give it time. So I'm basically uncapping 5 frames, and then cutting with a knife, cutting by hand, uncapping by hand, another 3 or 4 frames, and then flipping back to this. So it didn't save as much time as I'd hoped it would. Overall, it's a great design. I hope they can address the finger notches at some point, because those are a little bit of a pain. But other than that, it's a great system. I'm glad I bought it. So thanks.